tall through it all. When frenemies wanted me to fall, I ran with the ball, I handled it all. Catch me before I fall. Stood tall through it all. When frenemies wanted me to fall, I ran with the ball, I handled it all. Catch me before
Oh, that intro, I love it. I was singing it. Oh, gosh. Hi, everybody. It's Ms Benita. I'm live doing an interview with the one and only celebrity gospel artist, Jayy Robb.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
Oh, my gosh. Everybody is good. Hey.
How are you today?
I am so good. I'm excited to have you on here. And I just want you to tell the people, you know, a little bit about who Jayy Robb is. You know, we've been working together for some years now. We're part of Man Chill. Shout out to Nala.
Yeah,
you know,
yes,
we
sir.
on his team. That's how we became friends. And, you know, I'm excited to do this interview with you. It's been a long time since I interviewed you. It's been a real long time. So let's give everybody an update on Jayy Robb and what's going on in Jayy Robb life.
Well, man, Jayy Robb, we dropped my album, Blessed. Came out through Blue Pie Records and Sony. We also getting ready for the God's Got Me Walk by Faith tour. Also the I'm Blessed tour. We're doing that one first to all the major radio stations across the country.
Right.
And then the God's Got Me Walk by Faith tour.
Right. I know that's right. So also, you're putting out new music.
Yes. We just dropped my first album called Blessed, but we're working on my next album called I'm Still Blessed.
Oh, wow. Awesome sauce. So do you want to let us know about some of the songs you wrote so far on this new album? Give us a little tea on it, and maybe we also can pull one up and play it real quick.
On the new album, we have Take a Step Back, featuring Lily from the Alabama Villains, the same one that did God's Got Me,
Okay.
which is a testimony about my life. Each song on my album is a testimony of my life. But also we have Gossip, featuring D-Tay from G Unit, Papa Duck, and Conway Iglesias from BMF Family.
Oh, wow. You doing it up out there like you always do. You know, anybody that know Jayy Robb know he does it big. He don't do little things, he do big things. So, you know, I'm so proud of you and your journey.
Appreciate
you know,
it's all God.
What people don't understand is, you know, you might be up there, you might get a step up, but sometimes you fall. And I like that song that, you know, my producer, shout out to you, Thomas. His song is playing at the beginning of my shows. Catch me when I fall. That's the part that I like what he said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, sometimes in life, we have to get rearranged sometimes.
Yeah.
And everybody always say, why me? Why you doing this to me, God? Why is my life falling apart? But God's like saying, first of all, it wasn't me, it was you. You did through your sin. Mm-hmm. Second of all, why not you? I give my hardest battles to my strongest soldiers.
Exactly.
And third of all, your life ain't falling apart. It's just falling back in the place that I intended it to be.
That's fact. Everybody, you know, he's doing these things out here, you know, for God. You know, when you got people doing something for God, you got to be really strong, and you definitely got to, you know, support that. You also are going to be performing somewhere else soon, hopefully. You know, we're trying to get you where? God's got talent. All right, y'all.
Delaware, New York, get ready.
Yeah. So, you know, we're going to bring Jayy Robb out. Y'all want to hear that good music of his? You know, check him out. He's doing his thing. Tell them your social media platforms, how they can reach you and stuff.
You can go to JayYYRobb.com, and that'll take you to all my social media. It's Jayy Robb Official on every platform known to man. So just look up JayYYRobb Official on every download platform, and you'll find me.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all check Jayy Robb out. Jayy Robb, won't you find one of your songs on here real quick for me? And we're gonna let at least the audience hear that, because me and Jayy Robb, we just did this improv interview, just to let y'all know it's improv, because He my homie, and I called him. I said, you know, I'm in Florida. And he was like, word? I'm like, yeah, I'm out here. You know, come see Ms Benita, you know?
Yeah, she's been trying to get me to come to Delaware. I've been so busy, I haven't even got a chance to get up there. So
Yes.
she's been wanting me to come to the studio. To do
Yes.
this.
Yes. I've been trying to get him for a long time, but it's, you know, it's rough out here. Travel, you know, the prices and stuff is so high, you know?
And my manager got me going crazy. So
Yeah.
doing different things, getting ready for different shows.
But let them know how humble you are. You still do driving. You still do.
I do Uber. You know, I donate the money to a charity called Help Hands in Central Florida for women and children that's been through domestic violence. I'm always trying to give back to the community. I still, you know, I tell everybody I will never get too big to do average things because God says when you humble yourself under His mighty hand, in due time He'll lift you to higher places. So you always got to put Him first.
Yes.
So this is my whole album right here. So you can pick out any song you want right there.
All right. We're gonna
My past life, take a step back.
Yeah, so we're gonna do one. I want to do God's Got Me because that's what your tour is about. So
You already been listening to it.
I know. I told you I got you. I told you I'll be on your stuff, Jayy. Go back to it. I'm sorry, I lost it.
No, it's
so bad. Yeah, I told him. See, I'm glad that he can see for himself. I do really listen. Like I tell y'all artists, I listen when I can. I do what I can when I can. But believe me, I'm here, and I'm always here to help you. I'm always here to, you know, promote you and put you down. So let's listen to this Jayy Robb real quick.
But you gotta feel me on this one. This is a true story. Got you.
We play this on 93.5 every week in New York. I was the host on 93.5 with my live. And too.
God's got me in my own time, don't know which way to go.
I used to rock this song a long time. Yeah, my toy.
When I look to the past, what do I see? A little woman turning into a G with a 9 on his backside, black duffel bag with a new fresh pair of J's on. You think that's funny? Think this black car pulled through, busting them rounds, blazing my backside, making me hit the ground. Now I'm laying in the bed, looking up at the roof, asking Lord, am I dead? Just what did I do? And God said, no, son, I got you. In the ways of life is taking you under. Just remember that your Savior's walking the water when you're walking down the dark road. Meeting fake friends you don't know. Just remember one thing, bro. God's got me in my own time, don't know which way to go. God's got me. God's got me. In my own time, don't know which way to go. God's got me. So much pain inside that you can't even see. My wife was diagnosed with colon cancer stage 3. How can I protect her, dude? This disease is killing me. To see her in this pain through this chemotherapy. Should've reached out to a family who stayed with me till she became cancer free. Then she left me, taking my daughters Julie and Hannah away from me. Now I couldn't sleep on the phone with my father every night till a month later when he died. So I thought about suicide, thought about taking my life. Cause I'm at my all-time low, didn't know where to go. And I felt all alone, but then I remember, bro. God's got me. Come on. Don't know which way to go. God's got me. God's got me. In my own time, don't know which way to go. God's got me.
So if you know anybody that's on the cancer right now, tell me what the union say. I want you to wake up every morning and look at yourself in the mirror and say, no matter what comes your way, every day I want you to say, it's your boy Jayy Robb. And always remember that Yes.
Yes, that was amazing. We appreciate you and your talent, you know. And I know
No,
you
that's
got
true
it.
stories. That's all true stories.
A fact. A fact. You got so much to tell. And we will be featuring him in Lazy Indie Magazine for my celebrity tea spotlight moment. We will be spotlighting him this
That'll be an honor.
yeah.
That'll be an honor.
And I will be writing some cover stories before the end of the year. So one of them is going to be with Miss Eva Patterson, the super plug, the super plug. She is the president of the Black Chamber of Commerce in Hollywood, who deals with all entertainment things. Shout out to you, Miss Eva. We love you.
Shout out.
Also, we're going to be interviewing, hopefully we get everything together in time, but Kenny Lee, country and rhythm and blues singer. I will be doing the cover story on Kenny Lee. If y'all don't know who that is, he is amazing, big time star. Check him out. Love his music. Okay, so he will be also one of my featured cover stories for this year. We also will be doing artist spotlight with my spotlight moments article, and we will be doing Kevin the Bad Guy. Kevin the Bad Guy will be my spotlight moment to highlight an independent artist. Okay, so we got our celebrity tea, we got our independent artist article, and it's going down. You know, I like putting everybody on, celebrities and the unknowns. I'm bringing the light on everybody.
Wow, that's so amazing.
Yeah, we did our cover story on Melba Moore. That was amazing interview with Miss Melba. She's amazing. Her stories of the past.
So you guys got to keep it locked right
The stories
here.
of her past. Can you imagine the things they went through in the past? Miss Melba went through a lot. You know, being a Black woman trying to be in the industry at a young age that she was, you know.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Miss Melba. You know I love you and I support you. And I got my Melba Moore album the other day from my family. They sent that to me because they knew I interviewed you. So that was amazing. Shout out to Paris. He's also another celebrity that made the cover. You know, he's an Emmy Award winner. You know, we shout out to you, Paris. I always got you. You're my bro. We also put the original G-Man of hip hop on, and you know, I told his story about how he created the word hip hop. You know, a lot of people got it misconstrued, but he got paperwork. He got a lot to prove what he has done in this industry. Shout out to you, G-Man. I've done several cover stories, so that's just a few. But check out all the things I've done with Lazy Indie, and you'll see you want to be a part of that magazine, award-winning magazine. We won the Josie Awards in 2024. We were nominated in 25. We've been nominated for years. So I'm just so proud and to be a part of this team. So yeah, shout out to you, Jayy. Jayy is our CEO and founder of Lazy Indie. We love you, Jayy. We thank you for the opportunities that you give to us as writers and to the artists that come on our stage, whether they're already famous or they are trying to be famous. We are appreciative of your platform. So yeah, so you about to be put on. I got you. Yeah. So is there anything else you want the audience to know about you?
You know, go check out Jayy Robb's Bless album that's out right now on all download platforms. It's BLESSED JAYYYROBB. And just know that each one of those, there is blood, sweat, and tears and real life stories through each and every single one of those songs, from all the way from the song number 1 that's on there all the way down to the 14th song, God's love letter from God. You know, Stay Strong wasn't even supposed to be on there, but it was just a motivational song that I wrote for myself to keep me going, because sometimes we tend to want to give up. You know, the devil does play with our minds, but you can't let the devil win. And everybody knows the saying WWJD. What would Jesus do? But if you spell that backwards, it's DJWW. and that stands for the devil just won't win.
I know that's right. I love
So,
that. I love that. That is amazing. That's a great saying. So yeah, guys. So we out here, we pushing. You are also a sound recording artist to Sony Entertainment.
and Blue Pie Records, yep.
All right. All right. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you. And
You know.
I want everybody to understand that, when you're living your life, you got to live it to the fullest and forgive quickly. Forgive those who do wrong to you, but don't do it because you want to forgive them. You want to do it for you, not for them,
Okay.
because you don't want hate in your heart to consume you. Because you don't want to stand before the gates of heaven and they said, "Depart from me, for we have never knew you," because you kept hate in your heart. God said, "Forgive those who do wrongdoings to you, and remember, the revengeance is on him," says the Lord. So always show love and compassion and understand. Try to give wisdom and encouragement, and the hardest one, forgiveness. That's the main thing. And remember, it's not the stuff you gather in life; it's the stuff you scatter in life that shows a life that you live. You got to remember, you never see a U-Haul behind a hearse.
Word. All right. And you also, before we go, you have some collaborations coming up. Do you want to at least let people know a little bit about who you're collaborating with? Because you are collaborating with some great people. And I know, you don't do the name drop thing, but
I don't.
think that you should shine a little brighter and just let people know who you collaborate with, because you got some great collaborations coming up and people need to know that.
Well, on my first album, the one that's out right now, Blessed, like I said, I have D-Tape from G Unit, Papa Duck. I have Conway Iglesias from the BMF family. I also have Neo on there. Lil Jon was supposed to be on there, but he will be on my new one as well. I'm working with Two Flesh Legit, and I'm working with Jermaine Dupri. So there's a couple other people that's in the works that we're trying to get involved with. And Tape. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm just going to say Tamela Man and Kurt Franklin. Get ready.
I know that's right. That's amazing, and I love me some Kurt Franklin, baby.
Yeah.
I was at his concert, and he just knows how to bring the people together. Love you, Kurt. Shout out to you. Yeah, so we are out here and we doing our thing. So everybody make sure you follow this guy, support him, support what he's doing as well. Make sure you continue to support the Ms Benita Show. We are out here trying to make a way for other people. We are a nonprofit. We are here trying to just uplift our community and our people. And what I do is verifiable. Anything I do is verifiable. I feed people, I clothe them, I do Christmas, I do everything like that. So help me help others is still here. Help me help other people. These could be your cousins, they could be your brothers or sisters out here in the world needing help. Come on, help me help them. That's all I ask. I don't ask for help for myself when I need help. I ask for other people when they need help. Okay.
Exactly. That's why we created Robb Ministries. Robb Ministries, we donate money to Helping Hands of Central Florida for women and children that's been through domestic violence. We give back to the community for the back to school bashes that we gave out 6,500 pairs of shoes. I went to different schools across the country on the Stop the Violence Now tour, Stop the Bullying and Violence Now tour. And we went out and we talked to kids all over the nation, let them know that they are unique and perfectly and wonderfully made in God's image. And if you don't believe me, look at your thumbprint. Your thumbprint is different than anybody else's in this world. So what does that mean? That means you are somebody. So I try to let them know that it's okay to be different. It's okay not to be able to fit in, because when God calls you, he calls you to a higher place in life. And that's why in the book of Psalms, it talks about how God will prepare a table for you to eat in front of your enemies. Not to say, ha ha, look at me, but to show them what they're missing out.
That's what's up.
So I just want to say, man, again, go to JAYYROBB.com and you can see everything about me. You can find out more information if you don't know who I am. You can go there, check me out. Also, download my album, Blessed. I'm telling you right now, each one of those songs is a testimony of my life. You can watch the music videos and, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, it's the message behind the music
Yes.
that is more impactful than actually the music itself. And I want everybody to understand that you're not alone. You know, we all go through some things. It doesn't care if we're publicly known or if you're privately known.
Yes.
Everybody goes through something, and you may not know because there's too many people that hide behind a fake smile.
That.
So make sure you reach out to your friends and your family, check on them daily, make sure that they're okay, because they could say, yeah, I'm fine, but in reality, their whole world could be falling apart and you may not even know what's going through their mind.
And I know that's a fact. You know, people don't understand just one little thing you do to somebody could spiral their whole life into a whole whirlwind.
Yes.
Just from one thing that you do to them. So, you know.
It all starts with a smile.
It does.
It could change a whole world, somebody's whole day. It starts with a smile, a good morning, how are you? I love you, you know what I'm saying? And that could change somebody's whole mood. You know, you never know what somebody's going through, and it's very hard to, you know, it's very easy to put on a mask, but very hard to take it off to reveal yourself.
It is.
And I'm going to say this. I'm not ashamed to say it, but in the industry of music, we're just a puppet. You know, we are told what we're supposed to say and what we're not supposed to say, what we're supposed to do, what we're not supposed to do. And, you know, because I don't sign my soul over to anybody, I'm not claiming anything, but because I don't sell my soul, I stick to what God told me to do. And I don't misrepresent God. I represent God to the fullest of my ability. And I don't drink, smoke, cuss, or do any type of drugs. And you never hear Jayy Robb in the news for any of those things. My thing is, I don't criticize. I don't blame nobody. I don't point fingers. I'm not religious. I have a lifestyle and a relationship. There's a difference.
It is.
There's a big difference.
And that's what I try to tell people. That's what God's Got Talents about. It's about bringing out the God-given talents that He has given us, okay? No matter what, other people might not think that's a talent, but it is. It could be a dance, it could be a song, it could be a picture you painted, it could be the fact that you are the smartest person in your class and you know math so fast that you can answer math questions quick. Anything is a talent. Anything. And that's what God's Got Talent is about.
Yeah, I don't have that talent.
I know, but believe me, it's people out there that can give you a crazy answer and you be like, how'd you know that? But it's because that's their tick, that's their thing.
You asked me a math question, my brain just sucks.
Oh, no.
Like a dial up.
Yes, so I'm just saying, guys, you know, we gotta be mindful of others, and please get your tickets for God's Got Talent.
Yes.
Go to my website, www.msbenita.com, which is MSBENITA.com. Go get your tickets. Go. We only have 3 vendor slots left because we only had a few vendors. We only had 10 slots. So they going quick. So we literally only have 3 left. So if you want a vendor slot, go get one. We're going to be showcasing everybody. We're going to be promoting. We're going to be videotaping. I always do commercials for my shows. So you could be actually featured on a Fox TV commercial or a ABC or a CW commercial because I work with them, their salespeople, on getting people on commercials.
Wow.
So I could have you on a commercial tomorrow, you know? So listen, just support God's Got Talent.
Also, make sure you guys keep an eye out on JAYYROBB.com. Go under the tour section and get ready for the God's Got Me Walk by Faith tour. You can pick up your tickets on there as well. Also, you can see all the shows coming up. And if we're in your city, man, please give a shout out. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook, TikTok. I will be on all social media. I do go live. However, if you do send me a message, my team reaches out, not me. But please. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
My bad.
Good.
So everybody, make sure that you guys go and check out that as well. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you good.
Got a little nervous there.
I know, it's okay, it's okay. I know, I have that effect on people. You already know, it's Ms Benita, baby.
But yeah, so that's a big thing. Also, if you ever want to donate, you could donate to Robb Ministries. Again, we go out and we support the movement, you know, what God created it for, and we always give back to the community. So that's a big one too.
Okay.
So
Now, before we leave, I am going to bring up one thing that went viral. I just have to, okay?
go ahead.
Jayy Robb is a plug, okay? Don't get it twisted. I always say I'm the plug, but he's a plug as well, okay?
She heard me talk to a couple people today.
No, I'm not even talking about that.
Oh, okay.
I don't even care about that. He talked to some big names on the phone today, and I ain't tripping on them. I'm tripping on the fact that you helped another person go viral. You have somebody go viral.
25.5 million views on XXL magazine.
He got somebody viral because he was driving his Uber.
I was doing Uber.
Tell him the story.
Okay,
it's amazing to me.
So I was driving Uber for charity, and I love meeting my fans from all over the world, and that's the only way I could do it. Matter of fact, I had Kevin Hart do it. I had Shaquille O'Neal do it. I had who else? Snoop Dogg. I mean, these people. If you go to Best Uber Driver Ever 10 Minutes Orlando, Florida on YouTube, you will see Uber actually did a whole story on me. But it's not about that. What happened was I picked up this young man from the airport, and he said, "Oh my God, big bro, I know who you are. I know who you are." He said, "Jayy, I'm a big fan." I'm like, "Oh man, I appreciate that." I was like, "Well, glory goes to God, you know." And he goes, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Would you do me a favor? Would you listen to my music?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll listen to your music." So I took off my Bluetooth and put on his Bluetooth on his phone. He played me one of his songs, and I listened to it. I knew it was a YouTube beat. I asked him. I shut it off after 30 seconds. The music industry, if you know anything about it, nobody will listen to your music over 30 seconds to a minute long. Okay,
and that's a fact.
And that's a fact. Okay.
I'm a FM broker, and we are trained. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But we are trained to listen. So if anybody in the industry, an A&R person or somebody of that caliber is listening to an artist's music, if they don't catch you in the first 30 seconds, sometimes the first 10 seconds, you know, if they can't catch you in the first 30 seconds, they disregard your music. So just to let you know, make sure when you're making music, make sure your first 30 seconds is your artist. Because I'm telling you right now, they're not going to listen to the whole thing.
And stay away from YouTube beats. Stay away from YouTube beats, because nobody in the industry wants to hear somebody else's beats. They want all original beats. Everything has to be yours. I mean, you have to be copywritten. You got to be on. You have to be on BMI or ASCAP. You have to have your stuff through royalties done. You have to make sure everything is to the T. Sound exchange, you know, everything has to be done before you listen. That's what happens with upcoming artists. They just want people to hear this stuff. And if somebody likes it, they're going to steal it if you're not copywritten. And you're not getting paid for it.
We passionate, but you got to be more than passionate. You got to be business minded.
So you got to make sure that that's the main thing that you got to do if you're up and coming. Also, if you're up and coming, make sure you're doing it for the passion of the music, because you're in the love with the music, not the money, not the fame, and not anything else. Because I guarantee you, R. Kelly could tell you, P. Diddy could tell you, everybody could tell you in the music industry, as fast as it comes, as fast as it goes. You have to take your time. Slow and steady always wins the race. And there's a reason why I'm saying that, but I can't get into it right now because my manager's doing something behind the scenes with that. But slow and steady always wins the race. Make sure you got your every I dotted, every T dotted, every T crossed when you're going to do that before. So anyway, going back to the story, I got kind of side off that.
No, that was good. We need that. Yeah. That was definitely needed by the artists. We needed to reflect on that for them. But go ahead.
So going back with this young cat, he recognized who I was from, he came to one of my shows in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's becoming something in Atlanta. He was blowing up a little bit in Atlanta. And so I listened to his song, 30 seconds in, I knew it was a YouTube beat. Right off the bat, I stopped the song and I said, listen, I know that's a YouTube beat, but your lyrics are okay. I was like, yeah, you can rock with it like that. And I said, if there's anyone in the world right now who you would want to listen to your music, any artist, who would it be? He said, Dr. Dre. And that's when I picked up the phone and immediately called Dr. Dre. He recorded it, and it went viral. It went viral. He got 25.5 million views. He called me when it was at 100,000 views overnight. He called me. He's like, "Yo, Jayy, did you see what went on?" And he sent it to me, and I was like, "Wow, well, praise God. Look how God works." Next thing you know, it just started building and building and building, and then the last one I saw was at 25.5 million views. And then if you go to
That's dope.
if you go to TikTok and you write in JROB, not JAYYROB, but JROB, Dr. Dre, it'll pop up, and there's like everybody. I mean, from all different newscasts, everybody. I mean, there's different stories. Some put Dr. Dre's picture there, but I mean, everything is so different.
Yeah,
and then what was really, really cool after all of that, even going viral, he did that song for me. When he did that song for me, and he even said that when Robb called Dr. Dre, that jump made my day.
Yeah.
And I cleaned it up because, you know, I don't cuss, but when he said, when Robb called Dr. Dre, that jump made my day. And that's all it's about. I don't know what that young cat was going through. And just because I reached out and did that, he might have wanted to quit. And now he's on top of the world and doing his own thing again.
And that's amazing.
You never know what somebody's going through. So even if it's a simple thing like that, or, you know, just a hug, you know, you don't even got to say nothing. You can just walk up to somebody and be like, look, you know what? I think I need to give you a hug, and give them a hug. If they don't want it, they back off. Hey, it's okay. Let them back off, but still try to give them a hug. Where, you know, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just say, hey, man, I just want to let you know I love you, or have a great day.
That's because you have to have the heart for that type of thing. Everybody's not passionate or considerate or compassionate.
These days and times,
people.
Man. Yeah.
You know, I was in the store one day and there was this young lady with her two kids, and the kids was wild. I mean, when I said they wilding, yo, I seen the look on her face. She's like, please don't just stop. I was like, oh my God, this girl need a hug. So speaking of that, just reminded me of that. So I went up to the young lady. I said, hi, baby. I said, are you okay? And she just started crying. She's like, I'm so overwhelmed. And she just started crying in the store. I said, let me pray for you, baby. And I prayed for her in the store. Mm-hmm. We exchanged numbers. We've been talking. She let me know how she's doing, how she's feeling a lot better. And how, you know, it's a lot. You don't know when somebody needs help. That girl was about to explode. She had her kids with her, and I helped her release, even though it was in the store. But that made her smile. By the time we were done, she was back to normal, where she could function with her children and, you know, be about her way. Yeah. And some people need that mental health.
That's all they need.
Mental health.
But you know what? It takes me back to what you just said about these days and times. People don't want to do that, right? People are all inconsiderate. They want to be on their self, and they want to, you know. But the king of pop said it the best. Mm-hmm. If you want to see a change, you got to start with the man in the mirror.
Yes.
You got to look at the man in the mirror. Matter of fact, if you could pull that song up and play it real quick. If you don't mind, if you could do that really quick. I know I was supposed to go do an award show. And I already, they're on here, so they saw me, so they know what I'm doing.
Okay, so he'll be there soon, guys. Yeah, I'm not trying to keep them too long. I'm not trying to keep them too long.
But they were on there, and they gave me thumbs up, so they know what I'm doing. So my co-host is over there right now. Danny's taking over.
Oh, good. As long as you're good to go. That's all that means.
But I want her to play Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. And the reason why, people don't see, I'm all about music, right? If you're all about music and you're a musician or you're an artist or something, you know words are powerful. What we say to people, our tongue is a powerful weapon. And I have a song called Tame the Tongue on my album Blessed, and we talk about that. But people don't really understand the emotion and the feeling behind it. And Michael Jackson, to me, was way before his time. Like, he was talking about things that people are now understanding what he was meaning. And as the world is becoming crazy in this time, everybody wants to get divided because they watch the media, right? The news always divides everybody and tries to make everybody live in fear. But nobody really understands what is going on. So I want you guys to take one listen to the song and just close your eyes and meditate on this song. Just listen to the words, not just the music. And that's what my music's all about. It's about the words and the message behind it. Take a listen.
Gonna make a change for what's in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turned up the collar, my favorite winter coat. This wind is blowing my mind. I see your hands in the street, not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A lover's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other all along, and I know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. Nothing like no one yet to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And know the signs from them and come. If you wanna make the world a better place, then you look at yourself and make a change.
You start that for a second. But you guys got to understand, if you really want to see a change in this world today, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and understand you can make that change. It's you who can make the world a better place. It only takes one person to tell one person to tell one person and have the love spread once again. Let's bring back uniting the whole America, unite the world under one God, under one creation, under one peace, and under one love. And that's what I'm all about. That's why when you listen to my music, everything that I've gone through is trying to bring everybody, unite everybody back together under one. I don't care if you're white, you're black, you're Hispanic. I don't care if you're Mexican. I don't care if you're Buddhist, Hindu, Jewish, Roman Catholic, Pentecostal, Christian. I don't care. I put all that to the side because we're under one God and one race, and that's the human race that God intended it to be. So if you want to see a change in this world, look at yourself in the mirror and say, what can I do today that can change my outlook on tomorrow?
Yeah.
And to know that we are in this together, that we can make a change, that we can provide a better future for our kids to understand who God is in our lives.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm all about. So it's not about my music to per se, it's the message within my music that I want everybody to know.
Exactly. All right, well, I'm gonna let him get to his show. I'm excited for him to go. And thank you for coming on. I'm so glad we got to connect. We've been trying to connect for so long and we finally got it over.
Yes.
Yes.
Ms Benita, thank you for having me on here today.
You're welcome.
This has been amazing, and it's a real honor. It's a real honor.
It's an honor to have you. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and check me out later. Ms Benita got more stuff for you. Ms Benita out in Florida doing her thing. You're gonna catch me with the next interview with Miss Velia, because she's gonna get interviewed as well before I leave Florida. So thanks for tuning in. Benita Show.
God bless you.
I got my mask out in a fast route.